Well, hey, welcome back to another episode of Backwoods Brothers! With my man.
Oh, who am I?
Joel.
Oh, and Tony.
Awesome. So since we have Backwoods, today's Backwoods Day, okay? Backwoods Brothers. Man, a lot's happened. Thank you for joining us tonight. Before we get started, of course, everybody is definitely glued to the news. We have a pandemic in our country of mass shootings. And without politicizing anything that we've heard, or even echoing any political comments that you may have heard, our condolences go to the families, the faculty, the staff, the parents, grandparents, yes. Extended family.
Pray for the parents, because
the parents.
I mean, I have a daughter, you have a daughter, and I can't imagine what it'd be like. So
today
the world would burn.
I can imagine. Like today, I was looking at there was a video that was out of the safe. Every school has a safe place where they take the kids off campus and deliver them to their parents. And you could just see the kids get off the bus, and some kids were just the normal kid that just said, "Oh, this is kind of interesting." And then you had the kids who ran to their parents and were crying, and it was just heartbreaking to see that a very deranged lunatic decided that he was going to run because he was on the run.
Well, he had just killed his grandma.
Just killed his grandma.
He shot her.
He shot her.
I think she's in critical condition.
Yes, and then he ran for police and shot at them. He crashed a truck, and then he ran in, and we don't know what happened in the building.
Yeah, from what I understand, this is the last I heard, is that he ran in and just started shooting anybody in his way. He started shooting them.
Yeah.
I heard two different reports, but the one I heard is he barricaded himself in a classroom and just started shooting kids in the classroom. And then I heard reports that there was a border agent, I guess, at a station near there or something, and he exchanged fire with the subject and ended up killing the subject.
Yes, you're correct there.
So there's just a lot that story's still unfolding, and it brings us back to Sandy Hook.
Exactly. I don't really want to get too much. It's still brand new, just getting into there. I think we should just send our condolences, and the media is doing their normal bullshit where they're speculating and adding all these other crap and everything in there. They're always wrong, and they're always sending it the wrong direction, always politicizing it. So
before we do that, let's just move forward, let's move forward with this. You know what, guys? Parenting, be parents. Mm-hmm. During this whole thing, the best person that they need, this young person or every young person needs, is their family. They need their parents. And if parents, you don't know what to say to your kids, just give them a hug. Just give them a hug. Show them affection. You can speak a lot with physical more than with words. Mother Teresa said this, quote unquote, it was related to Christianity, but it said, preach the gospel if necessary, use words. Well, love your kids if necessary, use words.
Yep, exactly. Okay, but now we've gotten the that out of the way, and we've been able to... Yeah, I don't. How do you transfer from that into everything else? Well, except for maybe let the voice in our head tell us.
Well, I should.
As a matter of fact, who is that? God?
God's a girl.
Oh, that's Brandy. Producer. Okay, go for it, lady.
The boss.
Today's show is What Were They Thinking?
Yeah, what were they thinking?
What are you thinking? What are we thinking? You're going to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out. It's going to be scary to walk through the minds of the Backwoods Brothers.
Oh, goodness.
So the fun part about tonight's show is I get to give the guys topics that they have no clue. So there's no prep, no stats, no reading, just pure opinion.
What?
And it's going to be pretty interesting. So the first
It's going to be pretty something.
I'd love to hear you guys talk about is the new Top Gun movie and how they're claiming that they're going to keep all the woke propaganda out of it. What do you think?
Tom Cruise is in that.
he's a walking woke propaganda.
I was going to say, you just lied.
Hey, well, we all know that Hollywood always tells the truth, right?
Always. Tom Cruise. That's Oprah's protege. Are you kidding?
I'm just kind of curious on...
Do you remember what he did on Oprah's couch?
I'm not
going to talk about what he did on Oprah's couch. Well, he just jumped on Oprah's couch.
But some things just aren't meant for television.
Wow, not meant for the world.
So, Yeah, by the way, someone says, "Hi guys, heartbreaking."
Yeah.
Dorinda Stoller, hey. She says, hey.
I happen to know that person.
Oh, right on.
All right.
So praying for the parents and families.
Absolutely.
Yep, and it's so heartbreaking, and I feel for those parents. Okay.
Absolutely.
But yes, Top Gun.
Top Gun. So, I mean, come on. Seriously, Highway to the Danger Zone? Danger Zone! Sing it. But Tom Cruise is in that. Hasn't Tom Cruise been in the news for like outbursts, like emotional outbursts?
Tom Cruise has been in the news for a lot of things. To say the least.
Yeah, I never saw Top Gun straight through, the first one. I'm sorry, I'm not a person that's chivalrous. It had a love story.
I don't know you at all.
No, you do not mix a love story in with fighter jets. Come on now, seriously. It's like weird.
Yeah,
that's like Freudian. That's Freudian.
No,
it's
that's
like
exactly.
Huh?
You take them right up to the danger. Dude, you don't get the I went to the danger zone and it having to be a love story. You don't get all the nuances between that. I'm not that deep and I got it.
Is that it's a song, I'm a Man Who Would Fight for Your Honor. Is that one in there? I am a man.
No, that's Karate Kid.
Oh, okay. See.
Or something.
Told you I haven't seen it.
That. I don't know.
Told you I haven't seen it.
But yeah, well, you need to watch Top Gun because I'm very disappointed in you. No Backwoods brother should ever be able to say they didn't watch Top Gun. But I'm a little scared to see what they're going to do when they remake it.
Really?
Yeah, and they put woke propaganda in there. It's going to kill any sort of Top Gun thing because they did not have it in the first one.
Yeah.
And Top Gun was freaking badass.
But you know they're going to insert that. So you might want to watch
I just pray that they don't, when they say they're not going to, I just hope that they just let it ride. So.
But the movie's out. Isn't the movie out in theaters?
Nope, Friday.
Oh, Friday it comes out. Yeah, so they have a little chance to honor that.
We'll find out.
We'll see.
Well, if they put it, it's a little too late to change it. So
we should go see it.
I don't like movie theaters.
Oh man. Oh, right. Well, you know what's going to come out on DVD.
Yeah, or
I'll wait
till it comes out on Amazon.
We still know that you watch stuff by DVD, don't you?
Actually, no. we have a DVD player. I don't think we have any DVDs
next to the 8-track.
No, we have a DVD that's part of the Blu-ray player.
Yeah,
but we don't have any DVDs or Blu-rays or anything. We literally have none in the house. Well, but we have a player for it.
Okay, but going back to woke propaganda, what do you guys think? Because I don't think there's a movie out there now that doesn't have that. I was watching one with Sandra Bullock, and it was Sandra Bullock and the John Cena.
Tatum.
Oh, was it Tatum? Yeah, Tatum, and it was John Cena. And there was a lot of wokeness.
Well, what I'm saying is there are movies out there that don't have it. You just got to go to the right movie.
Theater?
Well, the right movie.
Daily Wire movies.
Daily Wire movies.
There you go. That's a good one.
That's what it would be.
Denise DeZosa, whatever. I always get the name wrong. Denise Denoza?
Denoza,
yeah. None of his are woke. Usually he just breaks all that stuff down.
Yeah.
Crushes them.
And we can't go to movies like we used to. I used to not look for woke in a movie. How times have changed that I have to feel like I have to have someone that represents everything. I mean, that society has to offer him.
Here's the thing: when you try to represent everything, this is the problem with equity. Equity is absolute bullcrap because equity is where you give somebody more to help them get to the same place versus equality, where you give them this equal opportunity. And so, when you have equity in a movie, it doesn't really work that well. So you're trying to make sure you fit everything in there it's all equal, and they all had equal representation in the movie, and they all had equal, they all had, we made sure we got all our woke stuff in there, and we want to make sure we cover all the bases and no one was feeling left out. That just ruins the movie. Somebody should be feeling left out.
Orchestrations, music doesn't even work that way. Oh, let's make sure we have the tuba playing with the oboe, because I used to be an orchestra guy. Make sure the violins have equal representation as the violas do. It's overthinking an orchestration. I don't sit there and go, well, I didn't see the timpani play as much as the trombone. You don't look at that. It's all a cascade.
I spent a couple of years in school as a geeky band guy, and I only know like a couple of those terms.
I used to be an orchestra director.
Now you're a geeky adult.
But if I wanted equity if I wanted equality, I would make sure that each section gets equal amount of playing time. That's going to be the longest song in the world.
I'm trying to picture you on a tuba.
Picture me with a tuba? On a tuba or with a tuba? Anybody has anything to say about that? I don't know. What do you think about wokeness in our movies?
I bet you could play the tuba with a can of chili.
Okay, so I'm moving you guys on. 'Cause I got a lot of topics.
as that regresses.
Okay, so
Just think about that, though, guys.
Hey, you want to know what was in the mind of Backwoods Brothers?
Wow.
I'm going to put a picture up here, and I want you guys to talk about the story behind this picture.
Oh, my goodness.
Went viral. That's what. Go ahead.
First of all, it looks like a messed up Beethoven. But I'll have to say, whoever did this one did a pretty damn good job on the editing.
Doesn't Biden look like off the Back to the Future, that clock guy?
Oh,
yes!
Doc.
Doc. Doc. He looks like Doc. He does. Tell me, guys, he looks like Doc. Go ahead.
But yeah, so there's a little story behind this one. So Tony posted this picture a little over a week ago, and usually we get okay stuff for being a local small town show, but this one, for something about this particular photo, really hit people home because we've reached over 1 million people with this photo.
Over 1 million.
Yeah, and we've had like over 200,000 likes and comments and things like that on there. It's kind of gone viral.
Yeah.
And we have no idea why. It's a photo. Like, we posted other ones that are kind of like it, and
bring it back up real fast because it says a lot, though.
I mean, it does. It does say it's you can't see it because the
comment thing is stuck on there, so I'm trying to get it off.
Yeah, you can turn off the little eye thing next to text, and it'll go away.
Yeah, sinking ship, right?
Yeah, it says sinking ship, and it says co-starring Nancy Pelosi. You can't see the other names. Chuck Schumer and a bunch. Oh, there you go. It says, okay, so Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, a Democratic production, sinking ship, co-starring Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and a host of other undesirables.
I spent a while thinking about this picture, actually looking at it and figuring out why it went viral. One of the things is I think people can resonate with the fact that the ship is sinking. I thought back... Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, but I thought back, because isn't that supposed to represent the Titanic?
Oh, yeah, that's the Titanic.
Well, if you think back to the story of the Titanic, I mean, they didn't know that the iceberg was out there. They didn't have any clues, a surprise.
No. They knew the iceberg was out there. They knew that their icebergs are in that area. They knew it.
Well, in the area, but they didn't know they were heading towards one.
But what they did is they listened to bad direction. The designer of the ship said, don't push it. You should slow down because you can't avoid things, and you should do it a certain way. This is the way I designed it. And they said, oh no, we know better. We have to do X. We have to get there. We have to make these people up. We have to break records. And so they pushed it full bore. So by the time they saw the iceberg, they did not have the time, because they were going too fast for that area, to turn that big of a ship out of the way of the iceberg, because they did not listen to the designer of that Titanic. Does anybody see a parallel there?
I was going to say parallel.
The designers of our country designed it a certain way for a certain reason, and we start to think we know better for them, or do we think we can improve on it and go way better and stuff like that? And the next thing you know, boom, we hit an iceberg called Joe Biden.
And on a sinking ship. Some people would go, well, why would you wish, though, that if you were on if Joe Biden were the pilot, heaven forbid, of your plane, you were a passenger on that plane, would you want him to crash? Well, no, because you're on the plane.
I would not want him to crash. I'd want a parachute.
Right. Some of the Democratic Party say, well, why would you Republicans want to see Biden crash and burn? Aren't we all on that ship together?
Yeah. See, here's the thing: is I don't want him to crash. I want him to get the hell out of the pilot seat and let somebody that's competent fly the plane.
Absolutely, but who do we have?
I don't know. I can think of about a half a dozen governors who can do the job better.
Well, there you go.
So, anybody but Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. I mean, get all those out of the way.
Yeah. There's a lot of debate on that one post. You guys should go check it out.
It really is.
A lot of debate. Some of it's gotten a little nasty, but I guess...
As things do online.
But a lot of things do online. A lot of hurt feelings brigade. That's for sure.
Yep. Hurt feelings brigade.
Carefully disregard.
This was a great opportunity for a button that didn't come up.
You have a few comments. Do you want to read them real quick?
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I love Tom Cruise's movies, but he is a weird dude. Yes, he
is.
Oh,
Church of Scientology, right?
Yep.
That's who he's part of?
Another Navy movie.
Another Navy movie. I know.
Oh.
What in the Army? What does the Army say about the Navy?
You see, well, I know Navy math. You put 50 soldiers into a submarine and 25 couples come off.
Wow.
That's Navy math.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, at least they have good food, right?
If they put
we have to have someone to give us a ride.
Right. Wow. If they put the woke crap on Top Gun, Maverick.
It's called Top Gun Maverick.
Maverick. Oh, yeah. Top Gun Maverick. I'm not watching it.
Yeah, let me know because I don't watch it either.
Yeah.
Nobody's woke. What the crap is that even supposed to mean?
Keep going.
Maybe it should be wishing woke. Dinesh D'Souza. Okay.
Tom Cruise is not political from what I have seen. There are a lot of woke movies. John Cena can go screw himself. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. Hey, that might just come up with the next movie.
Hey, just for the
how does that happen? I don't even want to know. Go ahead.
Just for this next comment, go ahead and put that picture back up.
Which one?
The one that is a creepy ass picture.
Yes, it is. But someone says an accurate poster.
Accurate poster. Yep. Because it's true. What did Camel Toe do? Camel. Okay. That's not how you spell camel. Camel.
What did the camel toe do?
I know what they're going for. But it's true. What did Camel Toe do to become vice president? This is a family show. We can't really talk about that.
We're going to stick that one too. You know what? I think that's a good sign, if you know what I mean. I think that's a really good sign.
You know what's also a really good sign? Signs you can get from Whitney Signs. When they can make all sorts of great signs. Art signs, signs for your business. They can make signs where you can hand out and say, here's your sign. You can also get stickers. You can get banners. You can get all sorts of stuff from them. And they will come to you with their mobile sign shop. Go take a look at Whitney Signs.
There you go.
Hey everybody, we are back. You know what? What's a show without technical difficulties? That means it's going to be a pretty damn good show.
Sorry,
Anyways,
guys.
Jay Simmons, no worries. Jay Simmons said, even I would make a better president. Yes, you would, Jay.
I blame inflation.
Yes, you would. I blame inflation. What's the next one, brother?
It says, why did they want Trump to crash? We were all on that same ship. Why did they want Trump to crash? Yeah, exactly. Good point.
I like this one. Oh, boo-hoo to those hurt feelings. No offense.
Okay, you guys. So this is this stupid comment thing. Anyways, we're having technical issues. Sorry about that. But
Hey, that's a good point to say. We're going to be doing some major work this weekend, and if you're local and you know me, and you want to come and help me rebuild the studio on Sunday, it's a good time. Let me know.
It's gonna look good. So you want to be there?
Looking for all my pals. I got beer and pizza for you.
Beer and pizza. And for you guys that don't drink, we have some salsa water. Okay.
So what I'm going to do on this topic is I'm putting the picture up, and then I'm going to describe what this picture is about, and we're going to get your guys' opinions on this, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So that means you got to let me talk for a second. I know that's hard.
Go like the talk.
Hey, everybody,
Okay.
just joking.
So Bill Mayer said that apparently the number of those that identify LGBTQ doubles every generation. He went on to say that those born before 1946 identified LGBTQ was less than 1%. For the boomers, it was 2.6%. For Generation X, 4.2%. For millennials, 10.5%, and for Generation Z, 20.8%. He said, and he made a joke, that at this rate, we will all be gay by the year 2054. What do you guys think?
I think those numbers are absolute bullshit. I can guarantee 20% of our generation does not say that they're LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ.
Well, as the generations progress, I wonder, though, if there might be a little bit of something to this, where trends and fads, and, I mean, now there's a trend to be different.
I think there's still going to be a cap on that because while people may think they may go through a fad or a trend for a short period, the reality of biology just takes over in the end. Plus, if you want to get into the scientific piece of it, you can talk about how the species naturally has a survival mechanism inside them where if they start to tip to the point where they're instead of surviving, they're declining, their its survival mechanism kicks in and that would correct it in the end. So you can see it in like a cellular structure and stuff like that. I've seen some reports on it, but I'm not a scientist and I don't know the scientist and I don't know all the pieces to it, but I know that I have a feeling that at some point that would reverse.
Polls like that or studies
yeah,
like that
and by the
really
way,
leave me leery.
I don't believe any of that
holds some
bullshit.
bias.
I believe all those numbers are wrong. There's nothing there to actually back that up.
Right. I would listen
And
to the sources.
everything you hear on TV is bullshit these days.
It was a joke, boys.
Well, I laugh in your general direction.
20% of the Gen Z.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. It's a joke. I mean, it's in front of me.
I'm actually kind of glad it was a joke.
The numbers,
Thank God.
the numbers up to Gen Z are technically correct based on his studies, but the rest of it, how it's going to continue doubling, was a joke.
Yeah, and I don't believe that those numbers are even correct from what he was showing. So. I have a hard time believing 20% of our generation, our Gen Z generation, is LGBTQ plus IA hyphen parentheses plus sign carried to division divided by 2 plus 7.
I could get really serious about this because I love looking at studies, and this one just seems so loosey goosey.
It's a very loosey goosey number. So
yeah.
Just like Jerry Maguire. Show me the evidence.
We don't have to use evidence anymore. It's just how you feel. Okay.
It's just subjective view. He feels
it's subjective.
What it is.
You feel it today, you are. Okay. I'll get myself in trouble. Next!
Okay. So, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'll give you the picture, and then you guys can discuss. Now, you're entering into my territory here for a second.
I thought we already did that with the first one.
You did.
That last one. That's
dun.
So there is this child named Desmond that has become uber famous as the very famous drag queen kid. and he's like 11 or 12 years old, and there's a lot of commentary going on right now about how amazing it is that his parents are so supportive, but there's also the other side of sexualizing a child. So I'm going to show you the picture, and then I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on the fact that there is a child out there that is famous for this exact thing.
Shoot the parents. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Shoot the parents. Those parents should be charged with child abuse. Sorry. I mean, a kid's free to use their imagination, do their thing. I get that. But to promote and push your child into something like that, which, kids like to experiment and do things, but they don't get thoughts to do that on their own. That is by cultural influence is what that is. Shoot the parents.
Huh.
Not literally shoot the parents, but you get theoretically.
These are such subjects that I couldn't even. Wow, we have a very short time. I agree with what you said. I don't know about shooting the parents. Definitely get them some mental health.
Yes, a bullet simpler.
Maybe shoot them a tranquilizer. I don't know. But the crazy thing about this is that we're parents ourselves, and putting our kid in a pageant that young or whatever that encouraging their sexuality in that pageant, whatever it can be. I have a girl. I would not actually think about putting her that young into something like that anyway, a pageant, right?
Damn straight. I don't even like the boys on the street hanging out with her sometimes.
Yes.
I'm like, you better wear 6 layers of clothing.
Look, I want to show her the beauty from within before she shows her beauty from without.
Exactly.
And I don't want people looking at that. And I like what you said about pretend. There's such thing as a young child. They will pretend.
Yep.
But it's pretending. What's happening is we take it one step further and going, if you're pretending, then that's what you are.
Oh, exactly. They crossed over the subjective into reality.
If I feel like that today, if I am that today, if I'm Barney today, I'm going to be Barney for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
You were born to be Barney.
This is the thing that gets me is that they say, oh, you can't smoke or drink until you're 21. You can't vote till you're 18. You can't do this and this. But you can make a lifelong decision at the age of 4 or 5 or 2 that'll affect you the rest of your life. And we're going to start feeding your hormones and all the other bullshit that they give them and say, here, we're going to do this from a young age. And you got to make that type of decision. But yeah, you can't make other ones which are way less important.
So I know some mental health professionals that won't even diagnose a child until they're of consenting age. If this kid is running around and he is acting like a kid and I say, oh, you're ADD for the rest of your life. No, he's just a kid with a lot of energy. There's a time when you do have a diagnosis and you go ahead and you go off of that diagnosis, but even those do change. Developmentally, a kid is going to be hyperactive. Mm-hmm. They're going to experiment, or if you will, they're going to act out. They're going to act.
Damn straight. If you can harness that energy, we'd be rich men.
Right? But what I'm saying about that is that, yes, no kid should be locked into something at a young age based on pretend play.
Well, exactly.
It's actually healthy for pretend play. It's not healthy to label that kid for the rest of their life.
Kids have imaginations. Most adults don't.
Thank you.
I mean, what else do you want to say? So.
Yep. Any comments on this?
Metaphorical, shoot the parents. I'm trying to find it.
Someone said to you, and I'm not going to read it out loud because, ooh.
It's from me.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, like I said, metaphorically. It's metaphorically.
Agree, Tony. The trend of LGBT. Yep.
Okay. I get what that was about. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It's a fine line, that pick. He may be choosing to do, but yes, also there's definitely some push from parents. But how is it different than if a boy did a pageant or a girl is it more controversial due to the dressing drag? Huh.
Okay, so this is a fine line in the pick, maybe choosing to do it, but yes, there's also definitely some push from parents, damn straight. Mm-hmm. But how is it different than a boy did a pageant or a girl? It is more controversial due to the dressing drag. I think it's the sexualization piece of it. In this case, it's, yeah, he's enjoying it, but like I said, he's a kid. He's trying to, he's just learning as he's growing, but they seem to consistently push him into one thing. And there's a lot more behind. I don't know a little more about the case than just a single picture. But Yeah, the kids encourage and kind of promote that in a certain way, and they've kind of pushed. He does a lot more. There's a lot more pictures. There's a lot more sexualized in, and it crosses a lot of lines. I don't agree or disagree, but want to see others' thoughts on this. Yes.
He also said it was also regional. If it was a natural thing, why aren't there a similar number of kids that identify with LGBT, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, if conservative states or in conservative states?
Yeah. By the way, I did say something about shoot the parents. I want to rephrase it to slap the parents because yes, it is something bad.
Well, I already used the tranquilizer thing. I saved you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
yeah. I mean, parents are supposed to protect their children and protect their innocence.
Yeah. Protect it for a little bit. You gotta let them run into a wall occasionally. So they learn it's there.
Huh. I think we hit a wall on this conversation.
I mean, it was pretty upfront. I mean, like, slap the parents.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, you feel strongly about that, don't you?
Oh, yeah, the parents are totally in the wrong on this one. Sorry. I mean, you don't sexualize your kid. You don't make it public. Let them do their little play or whatever they want to do in their own little imagination stuff in your home and do their things, but you don't take it that way they did there.
Well, what Joel's coming from, just so you know, is this child has been put on shows all over the news and stuff, like even Good Morning America, and he dances and gyrates and like humps the stage and stuff. So it's really bad.
So there's more to this story.
There's I know more, and so it's without. I didn't want to go into a deep dive into it,
but that does add more context to why you said what you said.
Yeah, and
the context is everything.
And like I said, even if it,
not that we promote shooting, but it gives more context to why you feel so strongly about it.
Even if they didn't go to that farthest extent, taking that piece there and putting that out online and making it so public, that can harm the child later if he chooses that he was just going through a phase where he wanted to be like that. Now he either feels engaged and trapped in it, or or if he goes through something else, those could come up. Let's say later on, once it's online, it doesn't come back down.
How many times does your emotions throughout the course of a week go up and down?
I don't know.
I know if you spend time looking at it, your emotions are triggered. I hate to use that word, but triggered all the time. I'm not going to label you something as of it being all the time. If it happens, what I'm trying to say, if it happens inconsistently, like so. And again, my point is, my child one day will want to dress up as a unicorn. My child would want to do that another day as a bear.
Well, it's a good book on this. It's called Johnny the Walrus.
Go
back and watch Campfire Discussions. You'll see about it. So
there you go. It illustrates it.
What else do you got for us, producer?
I got a lot. Okay, so on that topic real quick before we move on to something else.
She's really liking this topic.
I know. This is her area.
So there was a headline I saw, and I just wanted to hear what you guys thought. Drag queens performed at an Iowa high school. And they were brought on by the Gay Student Alliance. And they not only performed at this high school, but they also gave students pointers on gender identity and sexuality. And they had like other students join in on this performance.
Was it a all school assembly, or was it by people went there by choice?
That's a great question.
If it was an all school assembly, then fire the staff. If it's a by choice, then that's no different than any other club out there.
You stole mine right there. That you stole it. That's true. But you know what? If I want to have a Christian thing, if I want to have then give me the same opportunity.
Exactly.
Give me
equal opportunity. But the thing is, don't push it upon the entire school. If it's a full school assembly, fire.
If it's a group,
fire the staff that was involved in it
after school. Yeah.
Yep.
But if it's forced upon, like you said, as a assembly, no.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was. I have to say this. There was a school that was, I think it was Kentucky, that was where kids were doing lap dances for.
Yeah, I heard about that. Again,
absolutely out of control.
Fire principal all the way down.
Absolutely out of control.
Yep. Every one of those
teachers should have been called.
Yeah, every one of those teachers should have been a minimal fired.
Yeah,
if not charges brought up on them. So
yes.
And I like my mother-in-law. She's a teacher, or she's retired now, but she was a teacher, and I love teachers. They're great, but they cross lines, and sometimes some of them cross lines, and the ones that cross the lines, need to be held accountable to that.
Let's go back to that too. I don't want people to think we're anti-teachers because we love teachers.
Very much so.
I had a teacher that was very influential in my life, but they did not share their personal lives and their personal ideals with me.
Exactly. Their job is simply to teach the basics. Reading, right? My kid goes to school to learn how to read, to write, to have basic comprehension on, and learn some of the tactics on how to go through an educational piece, not to learn about gender identity, to be instructed on by a counselor on how to, circumvent their parents, or for the school to get involved in my kid's health and things like that. That's not what they're there for. The school is simple. They're there to teach. Mm-hmm. There's other services out there outside of the school that are designed for things like that. And the primary one is called the parents, the home.
So stop designing our schools to be one-stop shops. Because
exactly.
They're not.
They are not. And the fact is that they think that they need to be is absolutely ridiculous. Now, are there some kids that benefit from it? Yes, there's kids that benefit from it. But the DHS or CPS or all those other services are designed for that. Let them come in and take care of that with the school. But do not let the school be part of it. Like when I say take care of the school, like if an issue pops up, then you refer to an outside agency and let them deal with it.
Absolutely. Exactly.
But it shouldn't go immediately to an outside agency too. It should be a chance for a parent to be to be involved in this, because a lot of times they get it wrong.
Not. Yep. A lot of
times when you find out you get it wrong, don't pursue it further.
Yes. Yes. If they're parents that are active in your kids' lives, then you should be informed. Mm-hmm. You should be informed as to what your kid talked about this today. How can we come alongside of you? Has he talked about that at home? Well, can we give you some services that might be able to help?
Here's the things that schools need to understand is the schools are we as parents are giving them the opportunity to teach our kids. Mm-hmm. It's not the other way around. Mm-hmm. There are kids, there are family, our responsibility. We allow the school to have the opportunity to teach them. We can very easily cut that off by taking them somewhere else, or we can try to vote them out.
That's true. My mom used to take me to music. I grew up in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. If I wanted outside exposure to certain things, my mother took me. Mm-hmm. I didn't need to go to an assembly. I didn't need to be exposed to she took me to those things that I was curious about mm-hmm. In another venue.
Yeah.
Not at school.
Yep.
Okay,
what you got?
You want me to go on to another topic, or do you want to do?
Yes.
All right.
Move us from this thing.
All right. Let me see here. Which one am I going to pick?
She's picking.
All right.
So, any comments?
I don't know.
There's a couple, but
Kelly, hi. Okay.
So where is it?
We're doing good, Kelly.
Okay. Oh, someone said a lot more to that story.
Yeah.
So I did have a picture for this, but I didn't upload it. So I can't put the picture up. But there is speak of Moderna having to throw out 30 million vaccine doses because they're not using them as much anymore.
Well, the vaccines are absolute crap in the first place. Let's start with that. I mean, and this is my personal opinion, and because if it's the vaccine, all it's really doing is really not a vaccine, because a vaccine is meant to, one, if it's MDMA, I don't consider that a vaccine. I consider that gene altering therapy. But the
mRNA.
mRNA.
mRNA. What did I say?
That's okay.
Did I say GRNA?
I think you said GRNA.
You know what I meant.
Yeah. We can read between the lines, right, folks?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is when the vaccine, or what they call the vaccine, is it does not stop you from getting it. It does not stop you from spreading it. And it's supposed to be there to reduce the symptoms. However, if you've already gotten it, you have a better chance of having lesser symptoms than if you had the vaccine. And also, the vaccine is also known to have a slew of side effects, some that have been deadly, and most of them, the largest portion, offer lifelong damage to your body that you can't reverse. Mm-hmm. So, that is because they rushed into something that had without the vaccine by itself, just the way it was, had a less than 2% chance of mortality, and only when you have extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this topic because I think you said it all. But you said these vaccines were crap.
Yep.
Right? Well, I know what's not crap.
What's that?
Hitch and Post Pizza.
Oh yeah.
There is a local shop around here, pizza shop, led by Valerie, one of our own entrepreneurs in town of 13 plus years, and she's been going strong with tasty pizza. As a matter of fact, we had a birthday party for Brandy last week, and it's a place where you can have parties, big enough place where you can play games, big enough place where you can do something. It's something for the whole family at that place. Talk about a one-stop shop. I want to show you locals, as well as if you're, summertime, and if you visit Estacada, that's one of the, if you are in Oregon for your East Coasters, but Oregon for us. Oregon for us, our normal folks. But if you come to Estacada, you will not want to leave without going to Hitchin Post Pizza. Look at this.
Oh, the audio sit down. Oh, technical difficulties. Oh, did that thing do its thing again?
I love that.
I got it. I got you.
Okay,
Right.
I love that because Sean, our mayor, who owns the sign shop, just shows up everywhere, even at Hitchin Post Pizza.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what's going on
He
on
just
there.
kind of shows
later.
up there. But you want to come visit that place.
Oh, dang straight. We just had Brandy's birthday there the last weekend, and it was awesome, and had lots of good pizza, and lots of fun, lots of friends, and we filled up the dining room.
We did.
Yes, we
We
did.
did. It was a great place to have it. Guys, if you have a local pizza shop around your small town, make sure
And
that
just as a side note, they are hiring and they are looking for people. So if you are looking
local.
if you're local looking for work, they are hiring.
Here's the topic. Why doesn't anybody want to work in America anymore?
Well,
Has COVID fatigued you so bad that you feel like you can't work?
Well, if you got
Anyway.
free paychecks handed to you, that'd make it hard to start going back to work, wouldn't it?
But guess circle back to work. Did you just say circle back? You said circle back.
To go back to work.
I think you said circle back to work.
You got stuck on that.
Talk about slapping somebody. I'm gonna have to, okay, anyway.
Let's circle back on that later.
Let's circle back to the topics. Here we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I gotta get the picture up here, and I want to see what you guys think this picture's about, and then I'll tell you what it's really about.
It's a robot.
Please explain that. What's that?
It looks like a robot.
Huh?
Okay, so
What do you guys think?
New York State is giving robots to elderly. I think they're starting with 800, and they're giving these robots, that one you saw there, to the elderly in the community to relieve loneliness.
That's kind of cool.
You know what that reminds me of? Have you seen that Will Smith movie, iBot? Or
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary stuff.
I don't think those are going to do that.
I don't
I'm more
know.
worried about Skynet. Self-aware.
Self-aware. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So you're not lonely. Well, I would love a dog that doesn't poop.
Hey, you actually can get one of those. They actually have robot dogs you can get.
Robots
We have robot dogs, yeah.
that you can get?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like literally robot dogs you can get.
I might have to look into that one. That's so weird.
So, yeah, but you never know. If that robot dog might like malfunction in the middle of the night and like eat your toes or something.
That's what I'm scared about. The scary movies, I don't know, but if you better vet those things when you give them to my grandmother. If you have any robot coming to my grandmother's house, you need to vet it to make sure it works.
How else are they going to try to brainwash the elderly further? They're going to give it to people that they're going to give it to, and they're going to be like slowly injecting while they're sleeping. Vote for this. Vote for this.
I still think Biden's a robot.
You love Biden.
I think Biden's a robot.
Biden, it really is your president, even though he's not.
Highly
That guy lost the title of president when he made the decisions in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but I do have some some concerns with that. Okay, robots, are they designed to just provide company? Are they there to administer medicine?
Well, think about it.
A care caregiver type of thing.
They're probably more there to converse and help them connect with the outside world, plus probably for emergency connection as well.
See how that works out.
It looked like it's a pilot program, and it's supposed to be like
Where are they flying to?
something
Ha
like giving them a sense of another person with them, but also assisting them to do things.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things. There's a lot of things in smart homes you can do these days too.
I gotta tell you, that sounds really good for me. I'm visually impaired.
Mm-hmm.
If he can drive, I might have to look into this.
They actually have self-driving cars, and
we know how those work. Remember the Uber cars that were crashed? We know how that works.
Tony, look at this robot and tell me if you think it can drive.
It's on the bottom left part of the screen there. To the left of the iPad.
Oh, I thought it was that. Okay, so I had a visually impaired moment, you guys. I thought the robot was that person.
They ain't that far.
It was a box. That's what I said. Have you seen the iBot movie? Because it was a person.
Yeah,
I thought
that's not at all.
I had a little visually impaired moment, y'all. I thought it was actually that person.
It looks like two toasters upside down on top of each other.
Well, in that case, it won't drive. I'm glad you had me look at that again.
Yeah. But they actually have self-driving vehicles. We actually, Brandy and I, a couple years ago, were down in Vegas, and we were sitting and having breakfast in a place near the Strip, and there's this little thing. I think it's Amazon designed it or something, and it's just like this trolley car looking thing you can get on, but it's self-driven. And so you can get on it, and it goes around like a 4-block turn.
But it's 4 blocks.
Yeah, it's like you don't go very far. It's like 4 blocks.
Programmed for 4 blocks.
Yeah. But we sit there and watched it, and not once but twice it ran the red light right next to where we were sitting. It just rolled through like it wasn't even there.
That's what I'm talking about. You better have your hand on the steering wheel somewhere.
And it did stop at it once. But no, what happened was, here's the worst part. It actually had a conductor in there, just kind of because they're still testing it. But he didn't even stop it at the light.
What, the robot was doing better than the actual person.
Probably.
Oh my, that's sad. Sad world.
Okay, so I want you guys to read the comments because there is a topic in these comments that I think is something it's a really good
pizza.
One. No, it's after that. But there's a topic in here that somebody asked that I really like as well. So I think you guys should talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Someone says,
"Love you, Tony." Oh, thank you.
Oh, that is so dang cute.
Keep going.
I hope it's helping the elderlies like it's supposed to.
And so it turns into like a robotic Chucky.
Oh, yeah.
And I did just watch iRobot last week. One of my favorites.
Yes, that's what it was.
Oh, here you go. You want me to read this one?
You read it, brother.
Here's a topic. Oh, wait, let me get my voice. Oh, here's a topic. Now I was waiting for my ballot to vote for the governor, and I never received it. But I heard it's because I never put down the Democrat or Republican. So they don't send me a ballot for some things? Is this true? Yes.
Primaries.
Yep, this is the primaries. In the primaries, it's where you're not voting for a governor and voting for the actual elect somebody yet. You're basically voting for who's going to be on the ballot in that particular party. So if you're Democrat, you would receive the Democratic people that are looking to be on for the Democratic Party. Republican would receive the Republican nominees. And then the primaries help you to select who's going to be on the ballot running from that particular party. So if you voted for the governors in the Republican Party, I think there were like 18. Yeah. One will come out, and that's who's going to run as a Republican candidate, and then there'll be one for the Democratic candidate, and so on. And an independent, I think we'll probably have one there too. But yeah, so it's only if you actually... I'll read it. It says, "LOL, Joel, I do not sound like that." I don't know who it was. We don't get the names with it. We just read it. I don't know who wrote it, but whatever. That's funny. But yeah, it's just the primaries.
But did you know that Biden's not our president?
Oh dear God, Joel, do not do that voice.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Spot said that.
Wait a minute. How about that driverless car in Arizona?
Yeah, there's been some in there. And someone says, "Have you seen the food in Amazon delivery in the UK? Robots." Ugh. Hey, I think actually in Japan they have a little like robot thing that delivers pizza to you, but it's like a little. It used to be like a little like a car that goes down the road, not a car, but it's like a little robot, like a it's small and things like that. It's holds pizza.
Tell me this: is this before y'all's time? Speaking of robots, do you remember Jetsons? Me, George Jetson. Yeah, his boy Elroy.
Yep.
Daughter Judy.
Yep.
Jane.
I'm still waiting for the houses to have the automated the flooring. So
that was
I really don't want to get up and walk to the bathroom in the morning sometimes.
Right. That was 2000, the year 2000. We're in 2020 and we're still trying to figure out the robot.
No. They say that George Jetson would have been born, the age he was in the cartoon would have been born this year.
Yep.
It was like 2040 or 20.
Way to project out.
I think it was like 2040 something.
Okay.
So he would have been born this year. So in 20 years from now, if we're not living in the sky and big UFO shaped houses, then we know that they were wrong.
Huh. Okay. All right.
I don't see that happening in the next 20 years, but hey.
Yeah. All right, Miss Robot. Next.
Okay, read the few comments real quick because I'm pushing them in here.
That one is actually cool. No, it's not before our time.
You guys watch the Jetsons too, huh?
There's one more, and then I'll give you another topic.
Teslas will repo themselves.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Real soon, I bet.
I saw a story where a Tesla actually they didn't pay on it, and so it actually drove itself back to the dealership. They thought someone stole it, but it drove itself back.
Wow. Okay, boys.
Wow. I don't want them to have that much control over my vehicle.
Elon! Woo! Is it Elon? Yeah.
Yeah, Elon.
Oh, okay.
So we've all been following the turd trials. And there is a...
Amber Turd, the Me Poo movement. Amber Turd, the Me Poo movement.
Oh. There is a, and I'm going to put quotes over this, expert that has been taking the internet by storm. And I forget his name, but he, here's a picture of him compared to Doc.
This guy
I remember him!
This guy is a goober. Oh my God.
He is!
Yeah, I was watching some of his testimony this morning or something like that. He does this thing with his mouth.
The sound is terrible. Can you hear the sound, guys?
You think he's being dramatic, but he actually did that.
Oh!
Yeah, he really did. He's like,
dude, keep your dentures in your mouth. That's all I have to say. That's gross. No one wants to know that.
Do I have to answer that question, Judge?
Please, don't.
Yes, sir, you have to answer the questions.
This is an Amber Turd thing?
Yes.
I haven't been following that trial.
This is the expert that they're calling for their case. Like,
well, it fits.
Could they do any more?
From the insane asylum.
Could they do any more to throw their case? I mean, I think they're trying to throw the case on purpose.
Look, they opened up the insane asylum and let all of them out.
Someone says, I love the Wayno that got confused by traffic cones and called for help. What's a Wayno?
Is it a wino? I don't know. Oh, Amber Turd should be so ashamed. She is disgusting.
I know. It's absolutely just. I mean, once all this is coming out, I feel really bad for Johnny Depp, but I think he's gonna have a career when it's all done because all this has come out and they realize how wrong they were. But this also shows you really take consider this too. Was there other people who got their careers ruined because of simple accusations, like Johnny Depp, where it turned out none of it was true? How many times was that used against other actors or other people in business? So now, does that mean that everything was wrong? No, of course. I'm sure there's some people that really needed to be fired or convicted and things like that. But because they went so far again to one side, they allowed this massive gaping hole for people to take advantage of it and ruin other people's lives simply on the word in the court of the popular opinion. And it literally just destroyed Johnny's career until he finally said, you know what? She made a misstep, and then he used it to sue her for $50 million. Because she wrote an op-ed about him in an area, and it gave him the grounds he needed for defamation.
Yep.
Which then, again, of course, opened up everything else. And Johnny Depp is not an idiot. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So
it goes back to say, Judge Judy said this, if you're not lying, you don't have to have a good memory.
Exactly. Telling the truth comes. That's what I've always said. Truth is simple. anything, if it's complicated, you're probably lying, because the truth is simple. No matter what it is, it's anything that makes it. The truth is never complicated because it's the truth. It's what it is. It's simple. It's simple facts of what it is. Facts are simple. Truth is simple. When someone says, "Oh, it's complicated," either A, it's something, there's lies involved in it, or B, they just don't want to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Because truth is never complicated.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So what you got for us?
You have some comments on this subject.
Oh, sorry. I thought maybe it didn't load.
Okay. Looking at some comments. He was consistently rubbing his chin, which actually I heard. Yes, yeah, I heard. Isn't that a sign that you're lying? Or something's going on there?
There's a lot of them rubbing the back of your neck and things like that. There's little signs, like it's your tell is what they call it.
So every time I'm lying to you, you're gonna be looking at my body language.
I know. I can tell when you're lying to me because I can see a million things on you.
I didn't want to talk about that. Amber needs to be arrested for false testimony.
Oh, damn straight. Whatever happened to, perjury being illegal? Well, there'll be some judge out there that when someone perjures them on the stand, perjures on official documents, something that will actually hold somebody accountable for lying on sworn statements, on official documents, on the stand. Is that not accountable anymore? People need to be arrested and put in jail even for a short period when they're lying on the stand. Otherwise, just throw out the whole point of swearing in. What's the point of swearing in? It means absolute diddly shit if you don't do anything about it. Come on, judges. Get on your game.
I will let that be.
Waymo's a self-driving taxi.
Oh. It says, truth doesn't change if you need a long story you're fabricating.
Yeah. Woo! Yep. By the way, I just want to point out, if I ever call a taxi and it shows up and there's not a driver in that seat, I'm not getting in that damn thing.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
And if I pick you up in a taxi, you better keep walking too. Okay.
Damn straight.
That's all I have to say. Next one, brother.
What was the guy that caught they caught on tape telling Amber's lawyer, "I'll lie on the stand. Just tell me what to say." Was that the guy? I don't know if that was the guy. I haven't heard about this, so I'd be kind of curious to see that.
Huh.
So, but I do know that they. What was there was something that there was announced today that basically. I know in that trial there was someone testified today that all the videos that she produced were actually
pictures.
Pictures she produced were actually fabricated because I think he helped fabricate them or something like that.
The lawyer did?
Not the lawyer, but there's some guy that does video editing.
They had an expert come on and say that he could tell by the metadata and the exo data that they were all altered.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, yeah, they were all altered.
She's just a class act, isn't she?
Yep.
Hey, if you're gonna lie, make it good. Lie good, people. Lie good. Okay.
Yeah, people have no idea about technology, isn't that everything is recorded, everything has logs, and there's data behind it. It's very hard to not have that. For example, if you take a picture with your phone, it actually records your location into that amongst a lot of other metadata.
Probably the date.
And then when you post it, somebody can go online, download that photo, and pull the metadata out and see exactly where you took the picture at.
Wow.
So unless you turn that piece off on your phone.
Something there, guys. Yep. Coming from the computer guy himself.
Yeah, that's what I do, cybersecurity, when I'm not doing this.
Metadata. Remember that.
When eyes are wandering all over the place and not keeping eye contact when being spoken to shows you are lying. The yes and no. Direct eye contact is not always a sign of telling the truth, because people tend to wander on their eyes and things like that. That's actually a myth that they've failed.
And how do you test that cross culturally? Because in some cultures you don't want to look at a person in the eyes. So
exactly.
It's a shaming thing. It's a respect thing.
Good ways of telling the lying is overemphasis on details, like too many details. Mm-hmm. If you're having multiple people telling the story and they all tell the exact same story, exact same way, that's usually a lie. because it's been rehearsed. Because everybody, for example, you're going to have a different view on the story versus I will versus Brandy, because we're all not sitting in my head, in my own spot, with my own thoughts on things, my own vision on things. So.
Let's bring some biblical context into that. The four Gospels telling the same story, but from different perspectives. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They're all from different perspectives.
Yep.
But they're the same story.
Exactly. And if they were all from the exact same perspective, it'd be a lie. There's going to be a true story is going to have some inconsistencies in it. That's because it's coming from different perspectives. They're different parts of the room. They have different thoughts on how they see. They're looking at specific different things at different times. I may not always be looking directly at you when you're speaking somewhere. I could be looking at the screen, or whatever else. We have three people in here. One might be looking at you. I might be looking at the screen. The other one might be looking at the ceiling or whatever. And while you're saying something, so if we're all like, "Oh, when he said that, we were all looking at him," that might be a lie, because people do different things as they're speaking. I look at the screen sometimes and the cameras, and I look at you, and everybody has different perspectives in the way that they communicate, and so it's going to have a different view.
And I hope people don't judge whether I'm lying or not by my eye, because I have astigmatism, so I can't look at you in the eye without looking around at other, involuntarily.
Exactly.
So it has to break down somewhere.
And so I did some studying a while back on lies, and I was really interested in like micro expressions and things, and that's kind of where I learned a little bit about that.
Micro expressions. Oh, look, here's one.
Says, hey, haven't you watched Johnny Depp, so you'll miss the Durham trial? I heard about the Durham trial, but I haven't seen anything on it. That's a good point. I should see if I can go dig that up and watch a little bit on it. Maybe next week, and we can mention it or something, or drop something during the week on it.
Sure. It says, oh, I like the split screen. Looks like they are sitting across having a conversation. We are having a conversation.
Well, we are sitting across having a conversation. Theoretically.
Ooh, it's the art of camera.
Dun, dun, dun.
Are you a robot? I think you're a robot.
I am a robot.
Unless you're pissed off. Aren't you pissed off, though?
Only if I'm... With
the video issues, we can't do the Piss Off Patriot sponsor right now.
Damn it! We can't do it. Sorry.
Well, we do have Pissed Off Patriot stuff. And actually, just today, I was really working on a pretty cool one. So I'm not going to give away the secrets on that, but I think it's a pretty cool thing. So there's about 5 products I'm literally in the middle of working on. Hopefully they'll have them out this week on the website, and they're under our Pissed Off Patriot line. I think people will be pretty excited about them. I was going to show you one after the show.
So it's our clothing, and don't forget to look online at our website, our Facebook page, and we have all kinds of stuff up there that you can get for yourself and the whole family.
Yep, exactly.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely. So,
Middle America, we love you.
Yes, over in Florida too. But
Florida too.
We definitely
Texas.
love our hometown.
We love our hometown.
They are awesome.
Yes. So. Oh, our hometown is our tribe.
Oh yes.
Love our hometown tribe. Okay.
Yep. And where I'm calling on that tribe to this Sunday. You know where my house is. Even if
Are you gonna fix your meatloaf?
I am probably going to order pizza or something, because that's a lot of cooking to do. I want to focus on getting the job done.
So hitch and post.
You're going to come to help me work, but we need to rearrange and basically do a whole lot of work. It'll take most of the day. We're going to do a bunch of stuff on the studio.
And those who helped me last week with whatever we did last week, you can come back and it'll be better than that. It's going to be so much fun with construction. It's going to be fun. Okay? So
Exactly. Okay, what's the next subject there?
Okay, so I've got a few short ones, but real quick, I wanted to show this picture because you guys Tony posted it today, and I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. I know there's not a lot of information out there yet, but I would like to know your thoughts on this monkeypox situation.
Yeah, because aren't you going to talk about that a little bit more? Maybe we can't.
I don't know a whole lot about it. I've heard a little bit about there's the new thing coming up and stuff, but I mean they're just trying to push the whole fear agenda again, I think. So
right, if it's not monkeypox,
it'll be something. COVID, if it wasn't that, and what they're doing is they're playing the exact same game. They're gearing up for it now. They're gearing up for the exact same game.
Are you talking about the midterms?
Yeah, because we have election coming up. They're going to gear up for the exact same game they played 2 years ago. They're running the exact same playbook. They're going to gear it up so when it comes down to our elections,
it's going to be
they're going to shut everybody down, and then they won't let the people come in to watch and see what's going on, and all the observers and things like that.
Watch and see.
Because it'll be monkeypox. It will be the big thing. What I'm saying it now, they are gearing up for the exact same playbook because it worked the last time for them. They're going to try it again. Watch. I guarantee it. So
don't call it conspiracy because actually it's happened.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to see it happen again. They're already stepping in that same route. Mm-hmm. They're already stepping in there to try to close out that section of it. So hey, watch it. You're about to see a repeat of the same thing from 2 years ago, unless you guys as viewers or as patriotic Americans step up and do something about it. Make sure you're properly voting, but make sure you're paying it. It's not don't just take your vote, fill it out, throw it in the mail. First go drop it off. Second, but pay attention what's going on. Listen to what people are saying. Watch the numbers. Watch how they come and go on there. Don't just watch mainstream media on it. Go look at third parties. Go look at the actual source of the websites and things and see how things are turned in. Pay attention what's actually happening there. And like I said, you're probably going to see all their dirty tricks this time around, and you're going to see it played over from last year because it's the same ones that were exposed last year that they are still sending the people to jail on. They're not talking about the mainstream media, but they just sent a couple of guys to jail. I think I want to say it was out of Arizona for some things that happened 2 years ago in the election. They found fraud, and they sent people to jail over it. So.
But don't let that discourage you, as Joel was just saying.
Yep, like I said, what you do is you fill your ballot out, you take it in, you drop it off, but you pay attention. If you can get involved, be involved any way you can. Go if you're part of a party, ask your party how to be involved, or call the elections office and say, hey, I'd like to see how I can be involved to be trained as a counter, or maybe be trained as an observer, or something like that. So,
hey, Joel, do you have ADHD?
Do I have ADHD?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
Okay, well, this next guest said, I got ADHD, and I'm looking at everything when I talk, LOL. And actually, yes, there's all sorts of reasons why we can't really just use that eye contact as the litmus to whether you're telling the truth or not.
Exactly.
Now, we don't want to throw it out, because this viewer, I suppose a viewer who made this comment had been trained in this.
So we
don't want to take that away.
Like I said, I'm just saying it's not always a truth case and stuff, and the eye contact, but at the same time, no sexy raves, folks. Keep those things in your pants.
Oh, wow.
Goes with the comment before that.
Someone said, I just saw that monkeypox was spread at a rave in the UK by people having sex with each other.
That's not a rave. That's called an orgy. Much different.
I was going to say, is that what we call raves now?
That's an orgy with lights.
So this is where the monkeypox came from. So how do you spread that?
I don't even want to know.
I don't even want to know. That's a whole nother show.
That's like NSFW, not safe for work.
That's it. Next.
Wow.
Next.
Okay. Moving on. Okay, I'm going to put a picture up and read a little story while the picture's up, and then you guys can respond. Sound good?
Go for it.
All right. So, a black Christian leader who staunchly supports Israel condemned hard-left anti-Semitic Representative Ilhan Omar, pointing out that despite being born in Africa, she has never condemned the slaughter of Africans, but always attacks Israel. She said, Ilhan Omar is the vice chair of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa, the only member born in Africa, and has yet to issue one statement about the Christian genocide in Nigeria or the African slave trades in Libya and Mauritania, but she constantly attacks Israel. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that statement.
Not surprised.
That's right. Omar, I haven't heard her come up in a while.
Yeah, I was hoping that kind of she faded into nothingness. But It's not surprising at all. The representatives that are sitting at that level, they don't give two craps about the people. They only care about what their opinions are and what their thoughts are. Mm-hmm. So it's their own agenda.
When was the last time Omar was in the? I think that was the last story on her. was the exact one that our producer just mentioned.
Yeah, this is brand new.
Yeah, this is brand new. But she was a part of another story where she made an offhanded comment. Well, she makes a lot of offhanded comments, but it was a really she was under fire for really a racist statement that she made.
Oh yeah,
remember what she made?
I don't know, but it's I'm not surprised at all. The left tend to be very, very, very hypocritical. I mean, and the right is too, and a lot of like I said, the politicians at that level they don't have connection with the actual population they represent. It's whatever their party tells them or whatever they choose and to think is what they want to do.
Yeah, she is part of the Fabulous Five.
It's not everybody. There are some people or some representatives that do a good job, but the majority that you see, they've really lost connection at that level. Yeah. But there's a whole new slew of them that are coming up for elections in different states that are really in touch with the people. Yeah, and that's what we need to get in there.
Someone said, I hate Omar. And viewer, do you know what racist statement she made even before this story broke? It was about a year ago. I wish I had it in front of me because it kind of backs up actually why we're revisiting this topic. Because she has a history of this.
I think I remember her being in the news about it a while back, but I don't remember what it was.
So. I'm looking it up for you guys right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
It is funny because it's in the news, but my guess is there may not be massively in the mainstream media about what what our producer was just talking about. But I'm sure these type of things, the mainstream media does not seem to ever want to hold accountable and have an equal approach to what these guys do. If it hits with the agenda, especially if it has to do with taking your guns away or something like that, they'll jump all over that. But
speaking of that, Beto O'Rourke today, while we're looking at that, we'll come back to this. But Beto O'Rourke went into a passionate rage about the guns control for Texas. He's running against what's his name? Abbott.
Greg Abbott.
Yeah, he's running against Greg Abbott.
I saw some information about it, and I just kind of.
Yeah, I had to watch it, but I mean, he stayed as calm and cool and collect, but he's still. I mean, he went there with the intention of raising some cane there.
Well, yeah, and that's the biggest thing is that
their emotions are way high.
Here's the problem: is they're calling for more gun control laws and things, but here's the problem: is there's gun control laws that if they were followed and applied and pushed and enforced, then they never would have got to that point. But the left's massive movement to defund police or release criminals onto the street, gun laws don't matter shit except for against law-abiding citizens.
I think I'm going to let you stay there. I think I'm going to let that stay there. I think that was the best argument. Keep going though.
Yeah, but if the leadership is not going to enforce the laws, we don't need more laws. We need new leadership.
Yeah,
as simple as it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop breaking broken policies and stop not enforcing the laws.
You said stop breaking broken policies?
Stop bringing broken policies.
Yep. And start obeying those. I'm going to let that stay because it'll get us back into our first topic. And I didn't want to go, we don't want to go there. But I have a lot to say about that. Someone said this. They said terrorists need to go back to her country. This is why Israel was attacked in the first place. She called us the terrorists. That's what it was.
That was called American. Yeah,
yes, Americans should be more
fearful. That's what she said.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it was.
Americans should be more fearful of white men.
Yes, that's exactly what she was.
It's very, very racist.
Yep, and she called Americans terrorists. Whoever, thank you, viewer. I don't know who you are, but that's exactly what it was. Exactly what it was.
And I think anybody who says something like this from a representative position, especially if they call Americans terrorists, should be resigned or removed from that position immediately.
Read the next one, brother. I love what you said there.
Beto O'Rourke is an idiot. Guns don't kill people. Stupid criminals kill people. Yeah, exactly. A gun doesn't fire itself. It takes someone to pull the trigger. And there's more studies that I could count out there and more common sense to know that if someone has the intent to kill you, if they don't have a gun available, they're still going to do it. They'll do it with a knife, a vehicle. They'll do it with ropes. They'll do anything they need to. They will find a way to kill you. If there's an intent to kill you, they will find something to try to carry that out with. The only way to stop and defend yourself is to arrest these people or end these people.
The story of this is still unfolding, and there's so much nuance in it.
Oh, yeah.
And the left are really wanting to look in Congress to get rid of the filibuster when it comes
screw that. The filibuster needs to say that. The reason why they don't want the filibuster is because what can happen is if we take control of the Senate and the House, if the Conservative Party takes control of it, then what can happen is if this is a law is passed in the Senate and the House, Biden can try to veto it, and then a filibuster, it can come back to the Senate and the House, and a filibuster can be done, which is a larger majority of the House and the Senate, and they can pass it again, and it can't be vetoed.
Yeah.
So they don't want the filibuster there because they know that laws can be passed even if they're vetoed. It takes a little longer because they got to go through the process, but it allows us to actually get laws through that can actually change and fix things. That they want the filibuster to go away because then it can be blocked. Mm-hmm. But the filibuster is there for a reason, because it doesn't allow all of the power to go to one person to stop something, but it allows the majority of the representatives and the government to push something through. If the majority is saying something, they can override that president or that the executive power. It just takes extra process to make sure that it's to be done right.
Right.
It goes through an additional steps of checks and balances.
I love how I said I was not going to get you involved in this, and now I'm wanting to get back into this so bad. But we're at
the end of that time, anyways, man.
Next,
exactly.
Well, there might be another comment.
Oh yeah, let's see if we have more comments.
The way go ahead, you read it.
I'm still getting into it. Go for it.
Oh, the way I see it is Jesus was Jewish, and to attack the Jewish people just for being Jewish is an attack on Jesus, which is also an attack on Christianity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn straight.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what it is. Yeah. The Muslim faith wants to eradicate Christianity. They have for thousands of years. There's more historical precedence to that statement than anything else out there. Mm-hmm. So, but that's the basis of their faith. Not the basis. That's a piece of the faith they want to eradicate because we're infidels.
Right.
So.
Right.
Now there is extremist Muslims and there are non-extremist Muslims, and I know some Muslims and good people, and they don't want to kill anybody or anything like that.
Right. We're not lumping everybody into that.
Exactly, and so I don't make that come out of what I'm saying is there are extremists, and just like there's extremist Christians and non-extremist Christians. I mean, it is that's the way it is, but that is a basis. It is inside the Quran to eradicate infidels.
Yeah.
So, but people take it in different ways with that. So.
Good point. Next, one more.
One more.
I've got two small ones that you might not have too much to say, so we might be able to get through them.
All right.
So we'll see.
Did she say we don't have too much to say?
We don't have much to say at all. We're pretty quiet here.
These are the topics that I don't know if you'll have a lot to talk about. But
if it's about flowers, I'm out.
We'll find out.
I found them quite interesting. So,
okay.
Walmart had released.
Okay, I'm out.
Ha 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 ha.
Only at Walmart.
So Walmart released a Juneteenth ice cream.
Oh gosh.
But then because of woke backlash, they had to cancel it right away.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Wait. Read that again? Because Juneteenth is woke.
Right, but they faced woke backlash, the mocking of Juneteenth, basically, by releasing this ice cream. So now they've had to take it back. I mean,
what?
I'd love to hear your thoughts about this mess.
You go first, because I want to read up on that a little bit. But let me get this right. The Walmart was going to produce an ice cream that commemorated Juneteenth, and the woke got upset because they thought they were making a mockery of Juneteenth through ice cream.
And made
what
them
color was the ice
cancel
cream?
it.
Black.
Hey, here's the thing.
I hate black licorice. I don't hate black people. I hate black roses.
When the woke don't have anything to whine about on the left, they'll start to eat themselves.
No pun intended.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is They need something to whine about, and that's what's happening.
But what kind of ice cream was it? I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to know myself too.
I can look it up real quick for you guys.
Yeah, if it's mint chip, I'm gonna be mad at the woke. I'm already mad at them, but still, I mean, if it's honestly,
I'm kind of curious what Juneteenth has in there. I'm kind of curious.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
Do you not know what Juneteenth is?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious what kind of.
It looks like it had.
Ice cream
Dang it! I had the picture a second ago. So Walmart's attempt to commemorate Juneteenth with the new ice cream didn't go over so well. Blah 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 blah. And it looks like it had like it just said Celebration Edition Juneteenth ice cream, and it had like different hands sticking up, like different shades of skin tone, and the label was red velvet flavored ice cream.
Oh my gosh! Really? It was red velvet?
Mm-hmm.
You go down to the South, and red velvet cake was the cake to have. You know what I'm talking about?
I want some red velvet right now. Ooh, is there anything open still? We got to go find some red velvet cake now.
Red velvet cake? That's not a mockery of Juneteenth.
No.
So a critic.
I'm guessing it was a bunch of
hands.
I'm guessing it was a bunch of white middle-aged women that were whining about it.
Well, one of the critics said it's important to have diverse voices at the table when making business decisions. When you don't, you end up making costly, foolish decisions.
What?
And their concerns. I'm trying to figure out what.
They just want something to bitch and moan about, and that's all they're doing is bitching and moaning.
And our producer's trying to find logic in this.
There's no logic in this. You can't find logic in half their stuff, then you'll go crazy.
Were the hands out there were diverse, and was that like indicative to all lives matter or something? I'm not sure.
No, it was all shades of brown.
All shades of brown. And this red velvet cake? You know what, y'all?
Like I said.
Go to sleep, woke. You've been up too long. Okay. Well, here's the last part of that. Some people did something, like Omar on 9/11 attack. She did make a stupid comment about 9/11, I think.
Some people did some...
Oh, some people did something. That's what the comment was that got her a lot of bad press. Some people did something. In other words, she didn't put the responsibility where it belongs.
Exactly. You can say that terrorists attacked it, and then that we had heroes all. I mean, there's a lot of good things you can say about that. That's just insulting. I mean, these are the people that are leading our country, guys. Get these guys out of there.
But I didn't mean to dismiss our producer because that Juneteenth one really has me tripped up. Like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because of that.
I'm actually trying to load a picture for you guys right now to see it.
Yeah, I think we should go out on this one. Y'all want to go out on a laugh? Let's go.
Let's go on a laugh
tonight.
I'm finding the picture. I'm gonna upload it right now just so you guys can see it. But they also released a Pride ice cream. Yet there was no complaints about that, from what I understand.
We already have the rainbow flavored ice cream.
Is it Neapolitan?
Well, that's only 3 colors.
Oh,
yeah. Neapolitan has strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate.
Yeah, what if it's like a Neapolitan sherbet style? That's a goal. Different colors of sherbets.
Hey.
I don't know.
Hey.
Hey, guys, I think we're going to end here at the end of the show right here. And so she's pulling one up to put it on the website. She doesn't have it for us to see.
I mean, I can put it up here in the show, but it's going to take a few minutes, so we'll probably just post it on
we'll just post it. We'll go and post it at the very end there. So
let us know your comments about that. I mean, I guess now the ice cream's racist.
Oh my god, everything's racist. Everything's racist.
Racist ice cream.
Oh my god.
You know what?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Dang it.
If it's not something, it's everything.
Self-driving cars are racist.
Everything's racist.
iRobots are racist. We talked about a lot tonight.
We talked about a ton of stuff tonight. We want to thank you guys for joining us for this kind of randomest night of how it's going, and we got a lot of good subjects we really enjoyed talking about tonight,
yeah, the reason
Brandy joining us for tonight's show.
And Brandy joining us for tonight. What we are, guys, is an opinion. Place. And so we're just giving our opinions. And we are not the experts on everything that we talk about, but everybody has an opinion, so why not share it? That's what this platform's about.
It's an opinion. It's an opinion, Colin. We're an opinion entertainment show.
Yes.
And we try to produce to you guys some good information and provide you guys some facts and stuff, but at the same time, sometimes we just want to give you our opinions, and that's what we're here to do. If you guys want to see the news, there's news places for that.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about some things that are subjects and give our opinions and thoughts on it, and get your guys' opinions and put them out there and stuff. So,
and just one more thing. Let's start from where we left off today at the beginning. Make sure to pray for our country. Just pray for our country.
Pray for our country. That couldn't be said better. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And we will see you guys next week. Don't forget to join tomorrow for Campfire Discussions with Brandy, 7 p.m.
Yep.
Live, and you guys can join the conversation. And she always loves to have you guys join the conversation because she gets into some pretty heavy topics sometimes.
I think we should infiltrate her show tomorrow night.
Give her.
Give her subjects.
You can, but I'll be talking about some subjects you guys tried to skirt today. So
she always steps into it. I think she has a lot of liberty.
Hers is a very lively show, and you guys might really quite enjoy it. But
quite fiery.
So yeah, join her tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Right here at the same place. But otherwise, we will see you guys next week at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. And have a good week. And thank you for watching. Woo! Woohoo!